Harry Kane is undoubtedly one of the best strikers of his generation, possibly even of all time. He is the all-time top scorer for Tottenham Hotspur, having broken the long-standing record of Jimmy Greaves in 2023. In the same year, he also surpassed Wayne Rooney to become England's all-time leading scorer. And on the Premier League's all-time top scorer list, Kane sits second just behind Alan Shearer. He even outscored Messi and Ronaldo in 2017, scoring an incredible 56 goals in the calendar year. Yet despite these incredible achievements, Kane is often ridiculed by opposition fans. Why? Because he hasn't won a single trophy in his entire career. England's recent defeat at the hands of Spain marks the 6th consecutive final Kane finds himself on the losing side. This has only intensified the narrative surrounding him, a narrative that has haunted Kane for years and ultimately drove him to leave his boyhood club and the Premier League in search of silverware. Kane chose to join a club where trophies are almost guaranteed, Bayern Munich. Before Kane's arrival, Bayern had won an unbelievable 11 Bundesliga titles in a row. Even his critics expected him to win something with Bayern. Kane was so eager to win his first trophy that he rushed to be part of the squad for the Super Cup match against RB Leipzig. But to the surprise of many, Leipzig beat Bayern to lift the trophy. Some might argue it was just a Super Cup, a glorified community shield. What Kane really aimed for and what would truly hold weight was either the Bundesliga or the Champions League. But in the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso had something different in mind. Leverkusen, known as serial bottlers in German football with the nickname Neverkusen, suddenly turned into one of the best teams the league has ever seen. Coincidentally, all this happened the moment Kane arrived in Germany in search of a trophy. Leverkusen refused to lose and ended up winning the Bundesliga without a single defeat, scoring late winners and equalizers every time their record was in danger. It seemed almost predestined. In the Champions League, Bayern looked set for the final, but were dramatically knocked out by Real Madrid after an unbelievable cameo by Joselu, the last person you'd expect to carry Madrid. After that game, Kane became the butt of the joke once again. His critics said Kane's curse made Bayern trophyless for the first time in over a decade. It was sadly poetic that the moment Kane arrived in Germany, Leverkusen of all teams turned into prime Barcelona. But this wasn't the first time something like this happened with Kane. Whenever he gets near a trophy, something unexpected tends to happen, which is why people say he is cursed. In the 2015-16 season, Spurs found themselves in a Premier League title race against Leicester City, the same Leicester City that barely survived relegation the previous season. Kane did his part, scoring 25 goals that season and winning the Golden Boot. But just like Leverkusen, Leicester ended up lifting the Premier League against all odds. It was a heartbreak for Kane, but he continued his phenomenal form in the following seasons, winning multiple Golden Boots. He got another chance at a major trophy when Spurs reached the Champions League final in 2019. But mere seconds into the final, Liverpool were awarded a penalty, which put a massive dent in the hopes of the Lily Whites. Eventually, Liverpool won the game and lifted the prestigious trophy. Kane was criticized for his lackluster display in the final, and the narrative surrounding his trophy drought intensified. But something that sparked hope for Kane happened that same year. Jose Mourinho was appointed as the head coach of Spurs. For all his antics, one thing that can't be denied about Jose is that he's a serial winner. The Portuguese manager has lifted a trophy wherever he went. Even at the dysfunctional institution that was Man United, Jose lifted a few trophies. So surely the streak would continue and Spurs and Kane would lift a trophy. Or at least that was what Kane and the Spurs fans hoped for. The moment arrived when Jose helped them reach the League Cup final to face Guardiola's Man City. The old rivals were about to face off, and if someone was to get the best of Pep in one-off games, it was Jose Mourinho. But days before the final, in a decision that baffled the football world, Spurs sacked Jose Mourinho. They just couldn't wait a few days for the final and gave the responsibility to the inexperienced Ryan Mason. City ended up winning the final and lifting the trophy. The fact that Jose couldn't win a trophy for his team for the first time since 2003 only intensified the ridicule of Tottenham Football Club and Harry Kane. While Spurs still await another chance at a trophy, Kane had other opportunities with England. With his 4 goals, Kane helped England reach the 2021 Euro final. The game between Italy and England went all the way to penalties after a 1-1 draw. Kane scored England's first penalty to set the tone, but unexpectedly, 3 England players missed their penalties consecutively, something you don't see very often. As a result, Italy lifted the trophy. Then in the 2022 World Cup, when England faced the eventual finalist France in the quarterfinals, Kane missed a late penalty, squandering the chance to keep England in the tournament. But the international tournament that did major damage to his legacy was the most recent one. He was heavily criticized for his performance in the tournament despite finishing as the joint top scorer, albeit because of penalties. Kane expressed his desperation for a trophy by saying he would give up almost everything he had done up to that point for that Euro trophy. But his performance in the final did not reflect his desire, and he was substituted in the 60th minute as England lost yet another European final. In the social media era where everything is about stats and trophy count, Kane is in a serious danger of his legacy being tarnished. I can't overstate what a generational talent he is. Kane scored 44 goals in 45 games for Bayern Munich this season. Individually, he's had a Ballon d'Or worthy season, but because Bayern haven't won anything, Kane's chances of being on the Ballon d'Or podium are non-existent. With him not getting any younger, unless he wins something major, his trophy drought is going to be a dark cloud over his legacy. As a fan of the beautiful game, I hope he gets to win something major in the near future, so he can be appreciated for the incredible footballer that he is.